So, I want to take this time today to talk to you about relationships. The immediate thing when you hear relationship is a romantic relationship, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Most of what I'm talking about is a work relationship, but I'm going to relate it to a relationship that everybody knows about. So, we all know the person, and we can usually pick this out, and sometimes it's us. The person that's been in a relationship forever with another person, right? So we're talking about a romantic relationship, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. They're together forever, and one person out of the relationship is devastated, has their defenses up, and never dates anybody new, right? Always brings that old relationship in because all they can focus on is the hurt, the problems, the negatives. They forget why they got in the relationship in the first place. They forget all the good times. They forget all the joy, the happiness. I mean, somebody wouldn't be around for years. Some of these relationships we're talking about 10, 15 years. Somebody wouldn't be around for years if there was zero value going into it. That you were getting nothing out of this relationship. That you saw no happiness in it. And when they get out of this relationship, they get stuck. They get stuck in a, I don't want to get hurt again. And that's what they focus on. I'm not allowing somebody else to hurt me again. I just will refuse to be in a relationship. But by doing this, you refuse yourself the joys that come from that. Those are the things that you're refusing yourself. You're refusing yourself the happiness it brought you for many, many years. Now, we know these people, and they seem miserable. They don't get out of bed. They don't do anything. Everybody's, negative. Everything that they say about somebody else is a negative thing. And nobody wants to be around people like this, so you start separating yourself little by little, more and more, further and further, until you're not around anymore and they have nobody. And then they say, see, I told you, everybody, not just him, is terrible. You make it so that you are alone. You're going to be right no matter what, because that's how hurt you are. But we can't do this. Humans are a pack of humans. We are a pack animal. Don't know if anybody ever told you that. You need other human interaction. You need it to have a healthy, stable life. End of story. Anybody that says otherwise is misguided. People that are alone in their old age do have other people that they talk to. You may not think that they do, but they do. They have people they interact with. That's why these TV shows, like the TV show Alone, right? Oh, I can be alone. No, you can't. They've done it. They've done it where there's no human interaction. Filming people, and they go nuts. And you always see these people, well, I can do it. No, you can't, because there was other people that said that. They go there. I think there's $1 million in line, 500,000, whatever it is. To deny yourself something like that over hurt is terrible. Terrible. Just because one person hurt you. You're gonna get hurt again. You may hurt yourself. But to deny yourself the joy and the pleasures, it's not good. So the reason why I said we're going to do that to relationships is because everybody can relate to that part of it. They can relate to that part of it. They can't relate to the work part of it. Now, if we know that, how does that translate into work? Oh, yes, it does. For anybody that says it does, yes, it does. You deal with a new boss that reminds you of an old boss that rode your you-know-what until you broke. Well, your defenses are up automatically. You go to another place that stuff seems similar. They start asking you to do the same things you don't want to do, and you're like, oh, same old story. Well, then what are you doing it for? There was joy at work at one time. I remember, so, little back history was, I worked at a few places, right? It was sales oriented. And I'll tell you, I had fun. One place I ended up being a manager, which, I was really young at the time I was manager, but it was cool because everybody would come together. We would take pictures with Santa Claus. You know, at the time we were in the mall. We all went down, took a group picture with Santa, and all. It was really fun. And then if somebody needed to cover somebody, that was fine. After work, we would go out and do things. You know, so there was like everybody was there, and we had like it was social hour even outside of work. Then I got involved in another sales thing, and it was all right. It was a bunch of older gentlemen, we're gonna call it, and it was less of like my crowd. So I was younger, and what their idea of fun was sitting around and drinking beer after work, which is cool. I mean, everybody's got to drive home. You're drinking beer at work, but whatever. That's their thing. That's what they do. I partook in the activities to be part, and I understood it. I understood when my dad and his friends would have barbecue. I understood it. That's what they did. It was a different generational thing. Then we started going to then I said, all right, well, I want a little bit more money. So I went to another thing. And then it wasn't fun anymore. It was like, what is going on here? I'm not enjoying this. I'm miserable all the time. And it was like too corporate, and you couldn't joke around, and people were getting into serious argue. We're going to seriously argue about this. So that was the next thing. And then See the progression here? I went from one fun place all the way down to gamut. Then I left that place because I thought that was too serious. I went to another place, and that just turned into every day. I might as well just punch myself in the face before I went into work, because that's what I felt like the minute I got there. And it broke me. I mean, it broke my spirit. Eventually, after 2 years, what finally broke me was they said, oh, you can't have a mortgage. I was like, oh, what did I do this for 2 years for? So I left. I started my own business, and I went back to just having fun and all this other fun stuff. And that's the problem, is these attitudes that you bring with you from place to place to place. If I was to take that attitude into my own business, no, I would never get anywhere. And this year I had a little bit of it. And I've told all you that I have to go into a transportation thing, right? To expand my business, I got to learn how transportation works, and so I didn't take that attitude in there. Guess what? This transportation company is actually pretty cool. Great people, great relationships. Everybody likes to joke around, have fun, nothing serious, and just get the work done and have a blast and enjoy yourself during the day. I was blown away again. I was like, oh, it's 10 years ago. So it was actually very refreshing, because I almost had it in my mind where stuff had to be too serious. I was being too serious with my business, I think. A few employees, we're going to call it, said, if you relaxed a little bit, it would be better. But I'm like, that's how business is done. These guys make money. I'd much rather be the relaxed, happy guy. So don't let past hurt or past experiences bleed over into what you're doing now, is what I'm trying to say. Why I get off on tangents sometimes, and today's probably a longer one that I've been on in a long time, but I'm seeing it more and more where if you get hurt, and it doesn't matter who you are, that you're never going to let it happen again. But by doing that, you're never going to experience the joy that you experienced. Oh, by the way, that first job, this is what happened. The one that I absolutely loved, and I said I'd probably never experience that again. I'm starting to experience that joy again. That first job, this was the hurt. They replaced me, and they replaced our whole market. It wasn't me that messed up. I did everything I was supposed to do. The numbers were the same for the store and everything. But they replaced the whole market. The different market came in and took over our market and absorbed our market at that time. I was like, what? It just one day just showed up. They just started opening everything up. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, we're from so-and-so. So I had to call my DM, right? And my DM's just like, yeah, I got demoted to regional. You're demoted back down to a salesperson. I was like, oh, man, was that a blow. I was like, poof. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't want to be there for that either. I just took that personally, like you wouldn't believe. But now you get a new relationship. You get to experience all the joy, the pleasure, the funness, and not forget what it's about. And those are the things that life is worth living for. Stay frosty. Hope you enjoyed the message. I don't know. I've been pulled like 10 different ways right now, but I didn't forget about all of you and everybody that supported me. I have videos that need to be uploaded. I've been having an issue with this app. I've been having an issue with uploads. I don't know what's going on with it. This one I had to do like minute clips the last time. Where are we at right now? 11 minutes. Hopefully it saves. If not, then I just did this just to talk my own ear off.